Hello, come on in. Come on in. Hello, hello. Welcome to today's masterclass. Once you get in, just go ahead and if you can, type in your name and where you're from. I want to know what city and state you're in. If you're in a different country, please just put your name and where you are. Hey, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Tell me where you are. Tell me where you are, guys. Hey, Fanny. Let's see, my client Fanny is on. Hey, Erie. Oh, we got a big class today. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, Britt from Ohio. Oh, New Jersey. Fanny, you did a great job on your home assignment today. Your brand story was awesome. I responded to you with a couple questions. Ooh, North Carolina, Florida, Louisiana. Hi, y'all. Baltimore. Y'all already know. I live in LA, but I am from Baltimore. Okay, Baltimore. So y'all already know when I see Baltimore come through, it's different. It just hit different, okay? I can't explain it. We different, okay? If you've never been to Baltimore, go to Hazelwood Inn, get some food and drinks. Jersey, okay, Newark. Okay, it's a lot of Jersey. Hey, Ariel from LA, Dallas. Y'all know I have this infatuation with Dallas and New Orleans. I've never been to New Orleans. I've been to Dallas. But I am so in love with New Orleans. I want y'all to watch this documentary. It's by Spike Lee. It's old. It's about Hurricane Katrina and the effects it had on us. And overall, of course, the people that were affected, the victims. But just what it meant for us as a community of Black people. You guys need to watch that. It was on HBO. It's called When the Levees Broke. Anybody saw that before? Ever since I saw that, I've been infatuated with New Orleans. So I am going to New Orleans next year. New York, LA. Hey, Kauai. I see a lot of my new clients on here. Hey, y'all, come on in. Okay, this class is going to be mad lit. I wasn't expecting this many people to get on because I only gave 48-hour notice about this class, but welcome. I am so excited to get started. No, I can't see you guys, unfortunately. You guys will only be able to see me. It's way too many people for us to share cameras. But don't worry. Y'all won't even be seeing me in a second. Y'all gonna be seeing all this good information I got for y'all and all this good data and resources. So I switched up my location for class today, y'all. I'm in my showroom in downtown LA, right? But thank you. I see somebody said they love the podcast. So I'm in my showroom in downtown LA. But y'all, we are on a main street in a fashion district. So if y'all can't hear me because it's, alarms and all types of buses going by, I changed up my location. I wanted to get some sunlight today instead of sitting in my office. All right, so let me give y'all a tour real quick before we get started. So welcome to the Irregular Exposure Showroom. Today is actually Irregular Exposure's birthday. I didn't realize until like an hour ago. So it's been 14 years in this game with this brainchild, okay? So this is the Irregular Exposure side, and then we have our wholesale side, Irregular Girl. We have our little interactive showroom space. So I wanted like a vintage living room vibe, like a vintage dressing room, right? So we got that going on over here. Then we got our crazy inventory and sample area. So we got inventory on this side. We got rows of inventory. Then we got some really bomb samples, and I have some brands that I'm designing for and ghost designing for, which basically means that I design under contract. So I do that for some of your favorite brands. So I can't show y'all everything, but we got some samples that I'm producing for some brands. Some of your favorite brands. I'm kind of like a ghost writer in the music industry. And then this is the office side. All of our desks. Our staff is gone for the day, but we got 4 desks in here for them. All right, can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? If you ever have trouble, you should see a button at the top that says reconnect. Hit that button. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Can y'all see? Can y'all hear me? All right, fashionpreneurs, let's get to it. So, welcome to this amazing class. I'm super excited to talk about Wholesale Vendors Decoded with you guys. So what I'm going to do, couple of housekeeping things. Okay, good. So, couple of things. If you ever have issues, good, loud and clear. Yes, energy. Okay. If you ever have issues hearing me while we're on here today, or if you have issues seeing me, if it freezes, it's because it's over 150 people on here right now. There are hundreds of people from all over the world. More people are coming as we speak. So if you have an issue, hit reconnect, okay? Just hit reconnect. You'll be fine. Also, I encourage you to use a Google Chrome browser, all right? So use a Google Chrome browser. You will get a way better experience, okay? Can y'all hear my Baltimore accent? Because it's heavy, okay? So make sure that you hit reconnect if you have any issues. Also, couple other things. There is no replay available for this amazing class. You are watching it. You are valued. You're getting this information for free. I'm giving you guys free game right now. So I want you guys to take this information in, use it to your benefit. Also, I want you guys to know I'm going to be sharing my screen. It's going to be a full screen with a slide. I've created a whole new presentation for you guys, all right? So if you decide to share any information, please don't share too much. But if you do want to share anything for social, please make sure that you tag my page, Irregular Jess, and make sure you tag the Academy, Fashionpreneur Academy, okay? Last thing, please stick around for this class until the end. This is a free class. I've invested my education, my resources, my network to give you guys this time for free. All I ask is that you guys stick around to the end so that you are not confused. If you do not stick around, because I'm giving game this entire lesson, if you don't stick around, you're going to be confused, you're going to have questions, and then I can't help you unless you're one of our fashionpreneur clients, all right? Like Kawhi and Fanny, all of my amazing clients that are on here, T. So I don't want you guys to be lost in the sauce with all this amazing game you're about to get as fashionpreneurs. All right, so first thing first, before we get started, like I said, make sure that you're hitting reconnect. Make sure you're on Google Chrome. If you're not on Google Chrome, switch right now. Make sure you understand there's no replay available. Make sure you stick around to the end. I'll be telling you more information about how we can continue to work together. I will tell you everything you need to know about the Fashionpreneur Academy. I will tell you everything you need to know about who I am, how I'm qualified to be sitting here right now, how I'm sitting in my showroom right now, chilling, doing all that good stuff. So that's what we're going to get into, all right? So, y'all ready? If you're ready, let me see you say yes. Can I just get a yes? Because we are fashionpreneurs, so let me just get a yes. Are we ready? Because I'm about to get y'all this game. Y'all better be ready with the screenshots. Y'all better be ready with your pens and paper. It's a lot of game y'all about to get. Y'all about to really get access to hundreds of wholesale vendors with no cost. I'm not finessing right now. Okay, cool. Hey, Grace. Oh, all of my clients are on here. Grace, I wrote you back. I know you said that accounting class was giving you some trouble. But check your email when we get done. All right, let me share my screen. Now, y'all, as I'm sharing my screen, I might not be able to see your comments. So just keep in mind that I'll be answering questions towards the end. So if you have questions, write them down. Put them in the notes if you're on your phone. Just write them and jot them down, and I'm going to come back to them. But don't write them yet. We're going to have a whole time allocated just for questions. Also plan to be on here for about close to an hour. So please plan that time, put it aside. Please treat this class like you paid $2,000 for it, because that's the amount of information you're about to get. So put your time aside, focus. Let's get in the game, all right? So welcome to Wholesale Vendors Decoded. Let me share my screen, make sure you guys can see this. Can you guys see my screen right now? Give me a yes if you can see my screen, please. I want to make sure you guys can see what I see. You guys should see a big yellow square with a picture of me looking all professional across the street from our showroom right now. You guys should see a blue box that says Wholesale Vendors Decoded. How to source the most exclusive vendors for your boutique. Do you guys see that? Good. Okay, cool. Now remember, I can't see your comments yet. So don't write any questions yet. You guys are welcome to write and connect with each other, but make sure you're tuning in right now, and then we'll have time put aside for questions. But let's get into this game. All right, so Wholesale Vendors Decoded. This is a brand new class I want to welcome you all to. My name is Jess, if you don't know, Jessica. Everybody calls me Jess. My family calls me Jay. My mommy calls me Boo Boo. Yes, I still call my mom Mommy. So I have a lot of different names, but everybody knows me as Jess in this industry. I'm the founder and CEO, very proud, very gracious, very blessed to say I'm the founder and CEO at 28 years old of multiple businesses in this industry. My brands have produced over $1 million in sales as of last month. I'm still soaking that in. And that's been over the last 8 months. So our brands have produced great sales. I'm just a girl from Baltimore that went for it, that didn't take no for an answer, that stayed 10 toes down. So I'm here to show you how to do the exact same thing in this industry. This industry is not built for people that look like me. It's not built for girls with tattoos and they got that Baltimore accent like me, okay? So I wanted to create an opportunity for people that look like me to be able to be educated effectively and properly to make their own seat at the table in this industry. So I've been able at 28 years old to now be invited into all types of arenas by the grace of God, from simply being myself, staying true to my brand and never giving up, and also taking the time to educate myself. And I'm not 100% self-taught. You guys will hear my story today. I'm going to share with you guys how I got to where I am. I've invested a lot into my education. I've put a lot into this. And I've just become somebody that is able to help you. So that's what I want to do. All right, so today we're going to talk about Wholesale Vendors Decoded. I've been teaching these free masterclasses for over a year now, since July 11th, 2018. I've been rolling out these free lessons for you guys, and I've been changing them up every quarter. This quarter, I wanted to focus on wholesale vendors because a lot of you guys are very fearful of moving into starting your boutique because you feel like it's oversaturated. There's no space for you. All these vendors sell the same stuff. All these boutiques sell the same stuff. I know how you feel. I have been there. Now, in my showroom, everything is 100% designed by us and manufactured within my own factory. So I'm blessed to be able to do that. Now, I have wholesale. I know all about wholesale. I've been a buyer for some of your favorite brands. I've done a lot of different things in this industry. So I know a lot of game when it comes to wholesale, how to distribute. I have my own wholesale store that I showed you guys, Irregular Girl, which is a luxury women's to wear brand that is sold in many of your favorite stores. All right, so I've been able to really take my time with understanding wholesale and understanding how to protect your brand in this market. So let's get straight into it. All right, so for today's objectives, we're going to get into who I am. How am I qualified to be sitting here in front of you right now telling you about this fashionpreneur industry, how to develop this brand? Who am I? Okay, we're going to get into that. Then we're going to get into wholesale benefits. All right, so there are some pros and cons, just being honest, to being a wholesale buyer. All right, there are pros and cons to being a designer. So we're going to talk about how to get your product and what's best for your business. Everybody on this class right now may not be a wholesale buyer. I can tell you right now, I do not love wholesale buying. Am I good at it? I've become better at it, but am I stellar at it? No. Now, I can design a collection with my eyes closed. I also have clients that produce over $10,000 a month, and I have business partners and friends that produce over $30K a month. Anybody know Nicole Linnell? The most amazing Nicole Linnell. She designs, but she also wholesales a lot of her product. Do you guys know Shay of LYS Boutique in Philly? Good friend of mine, one of my closest friends in this industry. This woman really wholesales all day, every day. She's down here in this district, and she's supplying the entire Philadelphia and so on. All right. There are so many boutiques out here, and there are so many boutiques internationally that are stellar at wholesale. So I want you guys to know you have to do what's best for you. All right. So this is not a class to tell you start with wholesale. That's the way to go. We got to see what works best for you. All right. Then we're going to get into what are you selling? This may seem like a very simplistic question, but you'd be surprised how many people don't know what they're selling. I know at first, for my first almost 6 years in business, I did not know what I was selling. I was just making clothes, right? And that is how you close your doors to your business. All right. So it's very important you understand what you're selling and who you're selling to. All right. Then we're going to get into the sales funnel breakdown. If you tuned into any of my previous classes, you may have seen this breakdown. We're going to go over it more thoroughly in regards to wholesale. Then we're going to get into some upsell resources that you guys can screenshot, take advantage of, take your notes on. We're going to get into some follow-up and lead resources. You'll understand this more once we get into the sales funnel. And then we're going to get into the vendor list and your assignment. All right, so stick around until the end. We have a lot to go over. So first thing, I want you guys to see a few numbers from a couple of our businesses. I have 9 different businesses in this industry. All of my businesses in this fashion industry are based on product or service within fashion. All right, so I'm going to get into all that good stuff. Let me take you all the way back. So I know Baltimore is up on this master class right now. So let me take you back to who I am, right? How I got started, what's going on. All right, so again, I want to welcome you guys to this class. If you are just coming in, I know we got some latecomers. Make sure that if you ever have issues hearing or seeing me, you hit reconnect. And make sure you're on a Google Chrome browser. Make sure you stick around to the end or you will be confused. All right? Make sure you stick around to the end. All right, so let me take you back. Once upon a time, I was 14 years old, living in Baltimore City. I have amazing parents. My dad actually passed away in December 2011, but my mother is still here by the grace of God. My mom has invested into my career so much. At 14 years old, I went to her and told her that I want to design clothes. And my mother didn't look at me like I was crazy. She said, okay, go for it. My mom is a nurse. Well, she was a nurse. She no longer is working. She actually has multiple sclerosis. So if you guys don't know about multiple sclerosis, Google it, research it. It's a crippling disease. But my mother is amazing. She's doing amazingly well. She is so gracious. She is like this amazing angel over top of me with so much energy. So I'm blessed to have her. But for my mother, I wanted to mention it because I want you guys to know that my mom wasn't at her best state health-wise while I had these dreams. And she still stayed 10 toes down, put in her time with me, invested in me. I mean, literally when she had no energy, was at every fashion show. So any parents out there, there's no excuse for you not to show up for your children. There's no excuse. My mother was showing up with the bare minimum. I don't know if you guys know, but when I was in high school, I literally would have to drive her truck and pick her up because she couldn't drive anymore. Like, these are the things, the sacrifices that were happening. So when you guys are trying to complain because you can't get somewhere quick because your car's broke down, or when you guys are complaining about small stuff, think about that. Like, I didn't have it easy getting here. My mom didn't have it easy, right? But I'm blessed to be able to pay my mom's bills and take care of my mom now. My mom still lives in Baltimore. She's relocating soon. I'm so excited about that. But I'm able to take care of my mom. My siblings are able to take care of my mom, all 3 of us. So I have a sister and brother. And yeah, my mom invested in all of us. So now, you know, we're able to invest in her and give her the world. So it's a blessing. But yeah, at 14 years old, I went to my mom. I said, Mom, look, I want to be a designer. I'm a creative. I've always been infatuated with design. My grandmother was a seamstress and a master pattern maker. So at the age of 14, my mom placed me in a youth entrepreneurship program through the NAACP. We all know about the NAACP. I don't know if they still have this camp, but it was at the Morgan State University campus in Baltimore, Maryland. And it was like a 5-week camp. And what you had to do was create a business. I went in and I literally decided I was going to make a women's wear brand called Irregular Exposure. My brand has always been called Irregular Exposure. I hate the name now, but I'm stuck with it because of how much history has come with it. So I went in and I said, hey, I'm a designer. I have this brand called Irregular Exposure. I had to develop the brand in 5 weeks. And I was able to not only do that, but also get a scholarship for college because of my creativity. My mom also put me in local sewing classes for 2 years, Joann's Fabrics, local seamstresses. I was in classes for 2 years nonstop, becoming a master at sewing. Following high school, I moved to Philly. I attended the Art Institute of Philadelphia. I do have a degree in fashion design. However, I want you all to know, if you're considering going the school route, I am not an advocate of creative schools when it comes to fashion, unfortunately. You will learn the skill set of sewing, designing, pattern making, but the programs are developed for you to go work within an assembly line, okay? I don't know if you all know, but most designers make about $40K a year, okay? Most pattern makers make about $80,000 a year. You could be doing that in a day. These are numbers I've made in a day, right? Within my business as the owner, right? From selling the product, right? So school taught me how to create the product, which is awesome. awesome. I'm so blessed to have that. But I didn't learn how to sell the product. It didn't teach me anything entrepreneurial based, right? So I was still lost. So I was actually offered two jobs in the fashion industry in New York. Both of them wanted to pay me under $25,000. At 19 years old, I knew, wasn't with it. So I turned both jobs down, moved back to Baltimore, and I worked in property management. I've always been great at sales and selling. So I was able to get a great job making $40,000 a year. I stayed there for 5 years while simultaneously developing my brain, okay? I was doing custom work throughout high school and college. I did prom gowns, wedding gowns, custom bridal wear. I did all types of custom work. In 2013, I rebranded and I launched my first ready-to-wear brand, all right? I was able to launch that during New York Fashion Week. I had also interned at New York Fashion Week. So during Fashion Week, 2013, I launched one collection. 2014, I launched another fall collection. It was a disaster. I tried to manufacture with someone I had found in New Jersey, and it was horrible. Everything was made in the wrong sizes. He just completely swapped numbers and made everything for a curvy line, but it was a ready-to-wear petite line. So he ended up offering me my money back, but he didn't have all the money at the time. So he offered me 50% back, and he'll give me the other 50% later. And for the wait time, he was going to connect me with a partner in New York Fashion Week he had to get me showcased. And I was like, bye. I don't have time for your finessing. I don't know about y'all, but the way my trust is set up, you can't finesse me, okay? So I was like, you're not about to finesse me and tell me that you're going to sell me dreams. Just give me my 50%. I'll get my other 50% later. Well, somebody called me from Fashion Week, and I knew the person because I had interned at Fashion Week. And they told me, yes, I know things didn't go well with your new factory, but I'm a partner. I feel horrible. I know your design aesthetic. They showed me your sketches and what you were going for. If there's any way you can at least get samples within a week, I want you here in New York to showcase. Well, guess what? Thank you, God, that I had learned everything about sewing, and that is what school did teach me. So I was able to sample make every single piece you guys are looking at right now. I made every piece myself. Pattern, size, fit, everything. Y'all see me with my weave. I had hair before, I swear. So that is that story. I lived my dreams literally on the weekend, and then I would go back to work. So Monday to Friday, I was at work, and I respected my job. I don't know what this stigma is that you're not supposed to be an employee, but when I tell you I still live by certain systems and funnels that my first 9 to 5 taught me, if I ever needed to go back to that 9 to 5, they will hire me today. So don't think this is going to be a situation where you guys are going to be just, disrespecting your current path. There's a reason you're there. That job was my investor to get me where I was. Those 5 years of being there was those years that I was able to invest and save to get to where I am today, right? So consider that. All right, then I started to pray for it. So I know this may sound like a cliche, but this is my story, so I'm gonna tell it. When I was a child, we went to church, but I didn't get to really know God maturely until 2015. I had a crazy dream about my dad. My dad passed in 2011. He passed out of the blue. He had a heart attack. He passed at a hospital in Baltimore called Union Memorial. Right across from that hospital is a bunch of row homes, right? So I'm having this dream that I'm at my job in property management, me and my 2 coworkers are at work, and my supervisor at the time in real life would let me off of work so I could show during Fashion Week and so I could go to interviews and get press. He would let me off. And we would switch hours, and he was so driven to see me succeed. This is one of my best friends to this day. All right. And I remember in this dream, I asked him, I said, James, I got to go. I got to get off. Right next door to the row home that we were showcasing, because we used to do leasing. We would show the house, show the apartment. So right next door was the grand opening to a boutique. The whole Baltimore city is there. Celebrities were there. Tony Braxton was there, child. Tony. Y'all know they say I look like Tony. So I'm like, Tony is at this grand opening. I got to go next door. Okay. Well, I finally realized it's my grand opening to my store in Baltimore. So finally, I'm like, James, I gotta go. He's like, you cannot go. You have to be here. You are dedicated to being here until 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock hits, I run next door, everybody's leaving. Everybody is sick of me. I took too long to get there. Only person waiting on me is my dad. My dad let me have it. He was yelling at me, telling me, I let him down. I'm not believing. And he told me that I need to understand who God is to understand where I'm going. And then he walked off. That was the whole dream. So I woke up and I prayed for the first time so passionately. And that afternoon, I go to work. I tell James, my supervisor, about this dream. And he told me, he said, can you recite the Lord's Prayer? And I said, no. And he said, that's the problem. That's why you're still here with me. And I was like, okay, God, I'm understanding now. So that night I pray over it and I find a business coach that had a background in entrepreneurship. I then proceed to find 2 mentors in the fashion industry. All 3 of these women were Black women. So I have my entrepreneurial coach. I have somebody in Dallas that has their own manufacturing factory. And then I have somebody in Atlanta that has their own wholesale distribution company. All 3 of these women are Black women under 30 making millions. None of them have coaching programs. None of them have these courses and e-classes. I literally go to them and say, what is your rate to invest in me? I'm ready to invest in myself. I just need to follow you, shadow you. I will come to Atlanta for one day. I will come to Dallas. I didn't have money like that, so I was willing to go for one day. I was going to Atlanta, in and out, one day. I was having conference calls on Dallas because I couldn't afford to get to Dallas too. I was driving to DC to meet with my other coach. Within a matter of 4 months of thinking differently, praying differently, and getting to mature within my spirit and God, I was out of my 9-to-5 and I never made less than $12,000 since that day per month. So here we are today, and things have completely grown. In 2016, like I said, I made that 12K in 8 hours, really. It was my first 24 hours, but it took me 8 to make it. And I launched the Fashionpreneur Academy that same month. I literally used my story to assist other people with launching and developing their brands. Here we are today. Over 79% of our clients have fully left their 9-to-5 within less than 6 months of working with us. Over 98% of my clients are profiting at least 4 figures a month within 6 months of working with us. So that goes to speak for itself. But things just took off. Literally, after I started to let God run my business and I began to surrender and accept I'm not in control of this, God showed me and order my steps. I never planned on having a coaching program. I just wanted to have this amazing fashion label. When I started letting God direct and when I started sacrificing, everything went different, okay? Everything took off. So I started to have partnerships with major companies like VH1. I also was supplying so many fashion houses. I became a ghost designer for some of your favorite brands. I have a picture here with Kay Michelle, who's a business partner of mine on a silent investment in the fashion industry. A lot of people don't know about Kay. You guys see Kay Michelle on TV, but y'all don't know this woman is a business mogul. And I've been blessed to really get to know that portion. Evelyn Lozada, one day I woke up and I'm watching TV and I see she has on my outfit and I'm in the credits. Like, things just started going crazy. I opened my first store in Baltimore, and I never wanted a store. Even after that dream I told you guys about, I never yearned to have a store. That just wasn't what I wanted. But I knew that God required me to have a store in Baltimore, and I see why. It taught me everything. Everything. It taught me how to be an employer. It taught me how to develop before I go to my next level. It taught me how to be humble. I used to work my showroom 5 days a week sometimes. If one of my staff members couldn't make it in, it taught me how to be a leader. It taught me how to stock, restock. It taught me how to purchase wholesale. So it taught me everything that I know today that I'm blessed to know. And then I relocated to LA. God directed me to relocate a year in advance, and I did it. I am one person that does not fight with God. If you tell me that you have a plan for me, I know it's better than what I foresee. So I went to LA. I didn't know what I was moving into. Everybody thought I was crazy because I knew I had to close my store in order to move, right? My store in Baltimore was a 6-figure store. It was making around $15,000 a month at one point, right? That's great, cool. But when you think about overhead for staff, overhead for the actual space, when you think about inventory, that's not a lot of money. So we were close to breaking even to the point where I was considering closing a regular exposure. And so God directed me to move to LA. And the way God speaks to me is through dreams, through voices in my head that I know ain't me, all types of ways. So I've been blessed to have discernment and just hear from God a little differently. And I heard from him to relocate to LA, and it kept being confirmed. And I did it. I relocated. I shut down my store in Baltimore. I did not have a store in LA. I had a small, about 300 square foot office across the hall, still in this building, but across the hall. I was so happy in that space. I was so gracious. I prayed over that space every day with my team. We were happy. So God blessed us with overflow. So here we are in the largest space inside of this inside of the building now. We also have a factory that used to be upstairs, but we outgrew it. So we now have our huge 3,000 square foot factory space about 25 minutes from here, outside of the city. We are located in the heart of the fashion district. Right after I moved, I had the LA retreat, which is our huge retreat every year in March. So I was able to host that. Right after that, I took one of my clients, Nicole, with me to China to develop a partnership with one of my factories out there. So that's Steven that you guys see me with in the picture with the black turtleneck, and then I got on the purple. Steven is one of my partners. He was the first manufacturer to invest in me when I couldn't afford to get more than 50 units produced at a time. Now we're moving about 8,000 units a month. So we're blessed to be where we are today. So that's our history, y'all. I just wanted to fill you in. And I wanted to give you a realistic timeline. So for anybody that's feeling like, you know what, I don't know if I can start my fashion label. I don't know if I'm qualified. I don't know if this can happen for me. I am just like you. My story is not sweet. I am from Baltimore. I come from an amazing family that believed in me. I come from a family that prays over me, so it hits. But I am no different from you. Okay, I didn't have any investments. I didn't have any huge funding, none of that. My brother did invest in me a little bit with a few $1,000s when I first left my job, but he didn't give me startup money. And I was able to give it back to him in like 24 hours because I made $12K in 24 hours, right? So I want you guys to see this timeline and see how quick God works, because I sacrificed to let him do his thing. Okay? So I plan to move for about a year, close my store in Baltimore December 1st, 2018. Scheduled to move December 28th, but we arrived 2 days later because the devil tried it. We had all types of cancellations, delays, you name it. My best friend and I moved to LA together. So my very best friend in the world, she's the founder and CEO of a beauty company. She has a huge conference and trade show that she owns. So we moved out here together. Both literally just went for it. January 1st, God explained to me why I was here. Literally. He explained to me why he needed me here. I was required to open a factory. I was like, are you sure? But I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. January 2nd, my new employee, Linnea, who is one of my most amazing team members in the world, started working with me. And she actually took the Fashionpreneur Academy program and ended up working with me, and she operates an entire department. So she oversees all of our factories, including our ownership factory. So she's the person that has to be answered to for all of our products to be produced. So she has a big job. All right. So she was here starting January 2nd. January 25th, I inquired about a loan to start my factory because I was like, I don't know if y'all know how much it costs to start a factory. It costs millions. And it's not cheap. All right. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to have enough funding to do this on my own. This might be the time to bring in investors. Well, on the 30th, I no longer need an investor. In 1 week, God allowed our sales to skyrocket so much we didn't need an investor. February 11th, I hired more team members within our factory. March 14th to the 16th, I had my retreat. In August 2019, we grossed over $1 million this year alone. So a brand that was literally about to shut down a year ago has produced over $1 million in sales. Tell me I did that, because I didn't. God did that, okay? And that's straight up facts, 100%. I can't lie to you. I can't finesse you in any way. This is literally my story, and it's continuing to be written every single day. But I literally have given and sacrificed my entire business to God. I surrender it to him, and I worship as my lifestyle. I go to church every single Sunday. I pay my tithes. I read my Bible. It is a lifestyle. So I am devoted to whatever God requires me to do. And sometimes I don't get it, but if this doesn't tell you what happens when you listen to God, I don't know what will. If this doesn't tell you, it hasn't even been a year since I closed that store in Baltimore. I announced my closing of my store in Baltimore on October 1st, 2018. So I'm going to just leave that there for a second. All right, y'all still with me? Let me check on y'all real quick. Y'all still with me? Let me get some yes. Okay. Y'all with me? Let me get some yeses if you're still with me. I'm just checking in. Good. Cool. Oh yeah, so I know, and I'm not here to preach to y'all, but I am going to tell you that God is the reason I'm here. This is nothing that could have been done on my own. There's a big difference between worldly success and kingdom success. I am living in kingdom success. I see everything through spiritual eyes. Our saying for this entire month within this program, I have been living by it, has been nothing is a coincidence, everything is confirmation. So stop looking at what happens in your life as coincidental. It's not a coincidence you're on this class right now. It's not a coincidence that you just happen to be at a certain place. It's not a coincidence you happen to be at a certain job and they're offering you a promotion and you don't want to take it. It's not a coincidence that you're at a job that you hate. It's not a coincidence that your job is overlooking you for that promotion, but you know you're supposed to be doing this. It's not a coincidence. It's confirmation. Look at everything through spiritual eyes when you're looking at this world. Like, if you look at everything through worldly eyes, you will be so screwed. Like, look at everything that happens through spiritual eyes and you will realize how blessed you are. Like, I can't explain how blessed I am to be here right now. I can't explain to you how blessed I am to be able to take care of my mom. I can't explain to you how blessed I am to be able to provide for myself. I can't imagine, I never imagined that I would have staff that literally are able to change their living status, change the cars they're driving, change their quality of life because of a business that God gave. So these are not my businesses. These are God's businesses. I just am the CEO of them. He's the director. He's the big dog. I'm just out here managing. So whatever he tells me to do, I do it. So I want you all to also know that I don't overwork myself. I see people talk about how you're supposed to work 7 days a week. I don't. I now work 4 days a week, starting next week. I don't overwork myself. I balance my time. I get off at 5 o'clock. Of course, I'm doing OT right now for y'all, but I don't have that life. And I chose that. So this entire time, there were days where I was working literally all 7 days, 24/7. But you cannot operate like that when you're trying to hear from God. So understand that you might have to stay 10 toes down in the beginning, but it's because you're going to be coming up on a big overflow. So it's just a season to develop. But once you get to that point, you better make time to start listening. And you better start celebrating every win that you get. If you don't, you will never receive what God has planned for you. So I'm not here to preach to you, but I am here to tell you that if you put God first in everything that you do, you will see a different level of quality to your goals, your life, your experiences. And the way I live is very different from what a lot of people see. I fast every week, so I'm very disciplined. I have to get up at almost 5:30, sometimes 6 a.m. Just to pray and listen to God. Sometimes I have to do things I don't want to do because God directs me to do it. Like, I might have to go to a city I don't want to go to because he directs me to do it. I might need to give back fruitfully in a way that I don't understand. Like, it requires a certain level of insanity. And if you're not willing to listen, you won't get to that level. So this whole class will mean nothing if you're not in a place in life to even take it on and receive it. So if you're living in a situation where you know you're in a bad relationship and you can't grow, you think God gonna bless mess? You can't even grow and start your amazing fashion brand because you're living with so-and-so that you know is full of negativity and not fruitful to your growth. So you have to be very responsible when you decide to let God be the CEO of your business. You have to be very responsible and you have to live different. It's going to hit different, but you got to understand, like, it's going to be a different overflow. So my life is very different from what you see on social media for like this fashion business owner. You know, like, I'm not somebody that just gets to do whatever I want. I have to live by God's processes for me and what he has planned for me. Right now, I'm not dating. I can't even date right now because God needs full surrendering right now, right? So, you know, I didn't have a hot girl summer. So, you know, it might be required for you to take certain time away to do certain things, but it's always going to be an overflow. So you got to be willing to listen. And I just wanted to mention that personal lifestyle, because if you're not taking control of your personal lifestyle, you will never have a successful business. Ever. Ever. And it's a lot of people that y'all follow on social media and all this other mess that got these businesses and that are broken. Like, I mean, broken. Whole life messed up. Okay, so don't get it for nuts. Don't fall in love with what you see. You don't know what that comes with. All right, y'all. So y'all ready to get to class? Y'all with me? Let me check on you. Oh, it was a blessed girl summer for me, child. It was a blessed girl summer. I ain't got time to be not focused. Let me tell y'all something. When y'all out here dating, these men will have y'all all confused. Y'all be all messed up. I'm telling you, I've been that girl before. That's a whole nother class, okay? I'm telling you, you'll be all confused. Date somebody for 3 months, now you turn putting your laptop down to go out to eat with them, going to dates, and the women that have you messed up too. So, fellas, if you on here, I know it's okay, but you need to focus. You might need to take some time off. All right. My hot girl days will be back though this fall. I'm playing. But no, seriously, I might need to take some time off to fully focus in and lock in. You don't want to be ungrateful for what God has planned for you. So God literally will direct your life. And remember, nothing's coincidental. So I realized that he didn't want me to date because every time I attempted to date, they got cut off in 5 to 7 business days. And I was like, God, why do you keep blocking this? Why do you keep blocking these things? Why can't I have a hot girl summer? And I realized he was protecting me because, y'all, he was literally protecting me, okay? So thank God for that protection because it's a blessing in the lesson, all right? All right, so back to class. We're going to have girl talk another time, chat. All right, so let's get into class. It's time for you guys to start taking notes. I lied about this class being an hour. We got probably about another 35 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to try to skim through this, but I want to make sure you get everything. So make sure you put that time aside. Remember, if you have issues seeing or hearing me, hit reconnect. And you must stick around to the end or you will be what? Confused. Okay. So first thing I want you guys to think about before we get into wholesalers, I want you to consider, what are you selling? Okay? What are you selling? What type of product or service are you selling? I know a lot of people on here are aspiring or emerging boutique owners, but some of you guys may be designers like myself. Some of you guys may be stylists, right? I have done styling. I have done a lot of services. I told you I have a ghost design service nobody knows about, and I developed for some of your favorite celebrity brands and influencer-driven brands. A lot of them may not always have the creative spark, and they want to bring in somebody that has that creativity to develop a brand for their clientele. So that's what I do as well. So what type of product or service are you selling? Now, let's go ahead and talk. I want you guys to write that down. Tell me, what do you sell? Don't tell me you sell clothes. We know that. What type of brand do you have? I know I have a client named Kawhi that's on here. I can't even wait to start helping her with her brand and sister. She has an amazing brand that's coming that's more of a lifestyle brand for a community, for a culture, right? So think about the problem that your business is solving. And let's get through all the questions before you even answer that, before you even jot that down. So what type of product or service are you selling? Who are you targeting? This is a very crucial portion of the process. Who are you targeting? What problem does this product or service solve? Are you qualified to speak to it? We're not out here finessing. We're not out here offering classes and curriculums and we just made it up 10 minutes ago. We're not doing that. We're not out here offering stylist services for $1,000 an hour when we don't even have relationships. So we're not out here scamming and finessing. That's not what we're doing. So we gotta make sure we're qualified to do what we're doing. Sometimes God does qualify you because he sure qualified me a few times, all right? But I still had to get the education to get myself to that next level, right? So I want you guys to think about that. What is the customer demographic? All right, and let's stop there right now. So I want you guys to explain to me in great detail, what type of products or services are you selling? If you are a boutique owner, like most of us are on here, I want you to explain to me, do you have a women's ready-to-wear boutique? Is it for curvy women only? What is the problem that your product or service is solving, right? The Fashionpreneur Academy is a service-based business, right? But the problem we're solving is where we see that there are not any curriculums out there that's teaching you guys how to develop an entrepreneurial background in fashion to grow sales 100% on your own. So we have become the solution by offering that relationship and that community, right? So tell me, what type of products are you selling? Do we have a women's wear boutique? Do we have a kids wear boutique? A lot of people always tell me how it's very hard to find good kids wear and good clothing for little boys. So I have seen a lot of clients come into play lately that are literally developing brands just for young Black men. I have a client that literally has a suit line only for men and young boys. So tell me, what type of brand do you have? Tell me. Kids wear, okay. Is it sportswear? Grace, you know your target client. So my client Grace, guys, she has this amazing line of accessories that are very eccentric. So we talked for a good amount of time, and she knows her customer. So she's just on here showing off right now. A boutique for women, all sizes. Okay. Now, Fatima, be careful with offering all sizes, because that means you have to be willing to spend double of what you would usually have to spend to start a brand. Okay. So a lot of brands don't start being all inclusive just out the gate because it costs double. Think about it. When you buy wholesale, your pre-packs are going to be small through large plus 1X through 3X. So you got to buy double inventory. So consider that before you go into that. I definitely want you to consider from a financial standpoint, even if you got the money, even if you got the bag, all right? You don't want to spend too much out front without knowing your customer. You may find that only curvy women want to buy from you. So I encourage you to pick one before you do both. Women over 35, I love that. Okay. Menswear, I love it. Thank you. Can somebody do a menswear line? I think y'all are missing out on the billions of dollars in the menswear industry, accessories industry, plus size. I get on these classes every month, waiting for the plus size brand to drop. Yes, Ariel, somebody got a plus size line. There's millions of dollars in plus. Millions of dollars in unisex. Millions of dollars in women. We already know that. All right, guys. Now I want you to ask yourself, who are you targeting? Now, we know you're targeting women over 35. We know we're targeting men if we have a menswear line. But we can't target every man in the world, right? An 80-year-old man may not be the best fit for my little streetwear line that might have a bunch of curse words across my t-shirts, right? So who are you targeting? Let's identify that. Now, before you start making up this scenario to who you're targeting, my clients know their first class is all about brand story development. When you're developing your brand story, you want to do that with actual factual data. So, a few different things you guys can do. You all can start polling your target customer. We all have friends that are our target customer. You cannot be your target customer. Don't make yourself your target customer, okay? Because all you're going to do is do whatever you want. Guess what? You're not your customer. You're not the person shopping at your store. So we need to understand what they want. So I want you guys to poll your friends and family if you have target customers. Now, what I like to do, I'm going to tell you guys what I did for regular exposure. I polled my friends' friends that I did not know well. So all your friends have friends that you don't know. I want you to ask your friends to connect you with one friend they don't know. Okay? You can get 10 friends. Ask them where they like to shop. Create literally a questionnaire. Where do you like to shop? Why do you like to shop there? What store do you hate? What do you hate about it? Literally, take a 5-minute questionnaire. You will have your target identity in no time. All right? Now, another way you guys can find your target customer. I do want you to develop your own brand story and think about it before you just blurt it out right now. Think about who you want to target. But while thinking about it, you're also still going to have to get data. So once you launch this brand and you develop it, we still need to see what people want. The scariest part about launching is you don't know who wants it yet. You know who you have in your head that wants it, but you don't know who actually wants the product, right? So after you launch and develop it, we're going to start having pixels on your site. Pixels are codes that will be able to decode who's visiting your site, who's clicking on product, who's interested. That will tell you exactly who your customer is, what state they live in, how much money they have, how much money they don't have to spend with you. It will tell you everything, okay? So you'll be able to get statistics as you grow. But the best way to start is with a poll, okay? Everybody write that down. Friends of friends, people you don't know, they're not going to be biased. They're going to tell you the truth. Strangers tell the truth, okay? Now, what problem does this product or service solve? Remember, that's a major question. Every business has to solve a problem, right? At a regular exposure, we offer 1 to 3 day shipping. So we have changed the narrative that every small business takes 5 to 7 days for you to get your product. We have a phone number for customer support. We have a sign in our office space that says we are the Chick-fil-A of fashion. You will get the creme de la creme of an experience when you shop at a regular exposure. We call our customers every month and thank them for shopping and give them a discount code for their next order. They're not even doing that at Gucci. Okay? So what problem are you solving? Okay. Also, we know curvy women have a hard time finding great wearable products for intimate and special occasions. So we've created some products, just a small amount, but we have a good amount of products that are all inclusive. So what problem are you solving? For us, everything's 100% manufactured here. We're the only place you can get it. You're saying your motto has to be, this is the only place you can get it. If I can get anywhere else, I don't want it. And that is the challenge of being a wholesale supplier, right? Or a wholesale buyer, which we'll get into in a second. Okay? Now, what is the customer's demographic? You'll get that data once we start having pixels on your site, right? What is their disposable income amount? You'll know all of this, okay? Then you want to consider, do you have marketing systems in place, right? Are you using SEO, which is basically a system to help you guys pop up higher ranking on different search engines? Are you guys using brand ambassadors? If you guys are considering using influencers, cool, but I don't pay influencers. I'm not paying nobody to wear my stuff. I'm not, okay? That's a finesse. But it does work when you're first starting out. But once you get to a certain level, guys, in sales, and it doesn't have to be a certain dollar amount, but once you see that you get consistent sales, don't be paying nobody to wear your stuff. You are an influencer. Our brand, our customers are our influencers. Our customers DM us to get posted on our page. We post our customers. That's the influence, the everyday woman. The influence is the person that was able to successfully get their product by putting their credit card in, not the model on social media that got paid to wear your stuff and 10 other brands the week before. That doesn't make sense. So we got to make sure we're doing something that makes sense for the brand. Okay? Then you want to consider your budget. What is your budget? Do you have a budget to start? Have you guys put aside some money to get started? All right, let's get into it. Now, wholesale pros and cons. Very important. If you don't listen to anything I say today, screenshot this. I'm giving y'all the game right here. I'm giving you numbers, budgets, okay? Breaking it down in layman's terms. So you have your pros and you have your cons, right? Pros. The pros to wholesale. Let's start there. If you are considering wholesale, guys, that basically means, just to make sure everybody's on the same page of what wholesale buying is. Wholesale buying is when you go to vendors and you purchase product to sell retail. When you purchase the product, there's no tax involved. You're purchasing using your seller's permit or your business license, depending on what state or what country you're in. And you go into these wholesalers and you buy the product and you simply put it in stock on your website, okay? Now, certain brands buy a lot of product at once. You can do pre-order when you go to wholesalers. So you can pre-order some product and get it once it becomes available. Pre-order is just that. It's not available yet. It's coming soon. That means that the product is still being produced within the factory and you can't purchase it yet. But you are on the list to be first when it comes. Pre-order is my favorite. That means nobody has it yet, so we're all getting it new together. Now, you'll have immediates. Immediates are styles that are available now. So if you guys come down here to the district, you can come buy the stuff. It'll be ready by 3 p.m. You go in at 9, they go to their warehouse, pick it up. You pick it back up at 3, boom, done. Now, most wholesalers have minimums. You have to buy at least one pack. A pack is basically 6 units per style. All right, so a style is just that. So like right now I have on 3 styles. I have on a jacket, a shirt, and jeans. So let's say my jacket is a style for wholesale. Okay, and it's not. It's actually from a designer here in LA, but I don't know the designer. So let's just act like this is a wholesale piece. So I'll go into the showroom and it's going to be one small on the rack. On the tag, it's going to say how many pieces come in a pre-pack. A pre-pack is pre-packaged sizing within the pack that you're purchasing. Okay? Usually it's 6 per pack in most pieces. Some places have 3 per pack. Some places have $100 minimum. If you're buying denim, you might have a pack with 12 units. It varies. Some accessories vendors require you to spend like $100 minimum, $250 minimum. So it varies. Every wholesaler could be different. All right, but it's very normal for you guys to get a pre-pack of 6. That could be 2 small, 2 medium, 2 large, 3 small, 2 medium, 1 large. There's so many different ways, right? But there are pros and cons. All right, now that you guys got that game, the pros. It's more effective when you're starting a brand to go the wholesale route, to be a buyer. Way more effective for you to be a buyer, okay? You can start with like 2,500 and you can have a brand and you can run it up. Easy. You can make 7K off that 2,500. Easy, okay? Great way to start. It's no hassle, it's no stress. You're not talking to factories all day. You don't have to go out and source material. You don't have to understand material and grains. That is the world of design. You may not be ready for that. That is okay. Okay? Now, there are very low wait times for inventory to arrive. Okay? So you can get your pre-packs literally the same day, or it might be a pre-order that might come in within a month or 2 months or so forth. But it's not a lot of wait time. And as simple as a phone call to you when it's in stock, you purchase, that's it. Right? It's also more affordable prices for your consumer. Okay? Sorry, guys, I spelled consumers wrong. I just saw that. So for your consumers, it's very, very much more so affordable to their pockets. So the average piece might be under $100, under $200. It's an affordable option for your customer. Okay? And you can style to stand. So what do I mean by style to stand? You can style to stand out. So you can literally purchase a jacket like this from one vendor, go to another vendor and find a matching pair of pants and sell it as a set. You can style it so that it's more profitable and you're standing out from your competitors. There are so many competitors that are going to have the same jacket as you because it's purchased wholesale, right? Wholesale is not the secret. That's what we talked about, right? It's not a secret. The secret is how to sell and be more profitable. Sell full looks. That is how to be more profitable. Now, the cons to wholesale. You lose exclusivity, okay? You lose it. You're selling what a lot of other brands sell, so you have got to work 10 times harder to develop a brand. You cannot be using vendor images, all right? So you'll see a lot of emerging brands that just take the pictures of the models that don't identify with their target customer and plop them on their website. Scratch that. Why would you lowball your business and expect people to spend money? If you're finessing yourself, why would we pay? Right? So no vendor images. If anybody on here has vendor images, go have a photo shoot this weekend and take them down. Take pictures with your iPhone. I'd rather you take pictures literally with your phone. And sometimes phone images are even better. If y'all don't download some apps and use your resources, do not use vendor images. That is a no-go. All my fashionpreneurs know that is against the grain. That is against the grain. No vendor images. Okay? Now, you will lose exclusivity, right? And competition is high. Okay? It's high value. All right? Now, you're going to take about $7,000 to start manufacturing. Now, it depends on what you're getting made. You can start with less. You can start with more. This is an average for if you want to get 5 to 7 looks created that are very simplistic, but you have to get enough through production. Okay? So there is a certain minimum for factories to take on your order. They won't work with you unless you're getting 50 units, 1,000 units. Right now, my factory can't work with any more small volume clients right now. We have to take clients that are only doing 1,000 units or more. So we're booked on small scale production. If you're doing less, we can't work with you. It's too much of a cost, right? So it costs the factory to work with low volume. So a lot of people that go into design are prepared for high volume. Okay? That can be very scary for you to get 50 units produced and you don't have one customer yet and you don't have a selling strategy. That is why it might be best for you to start with wholesale. Okay? Now, comps can receive the exact same product before you or at the same time. So if you have a competitor, literally that people go from your store to theirs and they get the product first, they get the sale first. Also, pricing could be very competitive. If you have competitors that are selling the same inventory as you for $10 less, I'm gonna go get it for $10 less. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, we have a design, our top seller in our showroom. Let me show you. We have our top seller. I know you guys can't see all of it, but it's called the Kiwi Rugged Set. This is the Barbie paint. It's from a capsule collection, okay? I know you can't see much of it, but don't worry. So when I tell y'all, I designed this set 2 years ago. 2 years ago in a different material. It's been copied. It's all over AliExpress. It's all over Alibaba. These are sites that people go to buy wholesale that are not actually wholesale sites. They are direct distributors from China that duplicate from designers. So what I had to do is copyright my design, and my lawyer had to send cease and desist letters to all of them so that my products could be taken down. So as we speak, all of those stores are taking them down one by one, or guess what? They got to pay me royalties. So one of them agreed to pay me royalties until they finish their stock. So I'm making money from copycats. If anybody out here decides to create a brand and call it Chanel, and it could be spelled differently, Chanel will send you a letter. Their trademark office will send you a letter telling you shut it down. I know someone that's been sued by Chanel because they were selling products that were similar to Chanel and inspired by Chanel. You can't do that. It's against the grain. But as a new designer, you may not know that your intellectual property is secure. So as a designer, you can collect royalties when people try to play. So there are companies, huge ones out there that attempt to copy, and that is normal, guys. Nothing is really new in fashion. I know I'm not the first person to come up with this collection. However, I'm the first person to sell thousands of units in it at irregular exposure, right? So I got to protect my brand. Nothing is new. Everything is always going to come back into play in fashion, right? But you want to protect it. You have to protect your brand. So I'm able to protect my brand and really cover, but understand people will copy. And if you do not have the funding to get your lawyers in place and those copyright letters and those cease and desist letters go to bat for your brand, then it may not be smart for you to design, because I'm telling you now you're going to get copied. So what are you going to do when you get copied? Your top sellers will be duplicated. And guess what? Then you'll be just like any other brand that is wholesaling with competitors. Like literally last week, we had customers writing under our post saying, I found this dress for $50, $60. And we had to shut it down. We had to let them know that's a knockoff. That's not a regular exposure, right? So you have to be willing to protect your brand. So that's a big con as well, guys. Y'all with me? Y'all still with me? I hope y'all sticking around. Guys, y'all got to know business. That's why it's so important. Like, I want you guys to know that most fashion brands are owned by men. Most women's wear brands are owned by men. They don't wear the product. They're businessmen. Businessmen. So it's very imperative you guys start learning business instead of worrying about trends. If you understand business, you can have the same product in stock for 5 years. This one dress has produced over $1 million in sales for me. I'm sorry, a set. It's not even a dress. They got me calling it a dress. All the people that copy it make it a dress. But it's a set. So literally, this set has produced over $1 million in sales. So I probably actually wore this set like 2 times. I love this set. But I'm more of a chill girl. I like to pop on my J's, my Jordans, and call it a day. So I don't wear my brand all the time. But what I do know how to do is business, and I know how to protect my brand and make millions, even if you copy. If you copy, it's a profitable opportunity for my business, right? Same thing in music. When you guys see all these copyright lawsuits, these companies are making money. There's a business in having law, right, and protection. So understand that. In wholesale, that's not the case, though, okay? So understand that. In design, it's going to take more. It's going to take a different mindset because you got to be ready to protect your brand at any time. Now, you can't be out here just copywriting a white tee now. You didn't come up with that now, right? But when you have an original design, intellectual property, and you can show proof of that sketch or the beginning, right, where it was birthed at, you have an empire on your hands. So with us, I don't know about you, but for me, if anybody copies me, I need a check. If anybody copies this brand, directly taking our photos, and it's certain, liabilities with it. But if you're taking our direct images to duplicate the product to see sales, we need royalties until it's done, or we need you to shut it down. So we've had 7 brands shut it down between yesterday and today, but we still have one that we had to negotiate with, and they have to cut me a check. So you'd be surprised what opportunities you have out there. That's why it's important you know business. Business more than materials and fabrics and wholesalers. Business. That's why you're here right now, right? All right, so let's keep this going. I know you guys have been here for a little while, so let's wrap up. All right, now the Fashionpreneur Sales Funnel. The Fashionpreneur Sales Funnel, and then we'll get into some wholesale resources. Now, for you to even be able to have a profitable business, you have to know the fashion business. You have to understand business ethics overall, okay? So, first thing, let's look at this funnel here. Let's look at this funnel. At the top of our funnel, we have our visitors. This is how strangers become comfortable with our brand and become able to identify it, right? And we're trying to get those visitors, those strangers to become customers, consumers, right? So they have to go down this funnel. So the visitors start by simply visiting. How do we find visitors? people find us? This is literally a stranger that found you. How did you guys find me? I might be a stranger. This might be your first time ever meeting me. Y'all probably like, who is this girl? Right? So y'all may have never heard of me, never seen me, right? Never engaged with me. That's okay, but something got you here, right? You might have gotten here through an ad, through social media, through word of mouth, through meeting me at a networking event or a live event, through my podcast. Something brought you here, right? Now, what brings people to your store? Are you doing live events? I saw somebody say they have a scrub line. Are you doing events and different opportunities and taking advantage of opportunities at local hospitals? Are you doing giveaways at hospitals? How are people finding out about you? Are you leaving information and data at different conferences and at different speaking engagements? Are you a guest on a podcast? How are people finding out about you? Are you doing workshops? How do people get to know who you are? Are you running ads? Don't run ads if you don't know how to do it yet. You'll waste your money. I wasted $3,000 trying to run ads when I didn't know what I was doing. Okay? So ask yourself that. So social media, Google, inquiries, word of mouth, people can search you through so many different ways. So the question you want to ask yourself here is, how do you gain the search? Okay? Then you have your leads. Now, your lead is the person that has now engaged with your brand. They might have clicked and visited your website. They might have subscribed. They may have hit the follow button on your Instagram. As soon as that happens, you have the opportunity to make them a customer. Okay? So, what is a lead? How do we gain leads? How do we get people's information? How do we get their emails, their phone numbers, their names, their data? I have your data if you're here right now. I can connect with you. I can understand what your interests are, what your needs are. How are you doing it? My clients already know HFOs. Clients, don't yell this out, but HFOs, anybody know what an HFO is? Anybody know what an HFO is? If anybody's my client, they know, but I don't want them to answer. Anybody know what an HFO is? Turn the ads off if you waste the money. Anybody know what an HFO is? My clients do not answer. All right, an HFO is a hot, free offer. You guys ever go to websites and the website says, enter your email to get 10% off, enter your email to get free shipping on your first order. It's a small incentive in order for that store to get your data and your IP address. Now they can haunt you in your sleep. If you don't shop today, guess what? You'll be able to shop soon. They're able to build trust with you because they have your information. If you click on my website, if you click on any of my socials, if you click on any of our pages, guess what? You're going to start seeing ads, very direct ads just for you. Sometimes you'll see ads dedicated to only your city. It might say New York. Guess what? You can get your order delivered to you in just 3 days from LA. Order now. We are literally running ads directly to the target consumer based off of who is clicking. Okay, we'll talk about ads as well. The ad game is literally how I've been able to produce over $1 million in less than 9 months this year alone. So that's how, okay? So the ads are serious, all right? You have to know how to run them. You have to know how to find your target customer. They are hit or miss sometimes, but you have to know how to run them. Ads is definitely a game of understanding your target customer and identifying them, all right? So the question to ask yourself is, do you have a lead funnel? So if somebody becomes a lead, you have the opportunity to make them a customer, right? So there should be a funnel in between them between them being a lead and becoming a customer. There should be a small funnel between that. Ads, urging them to come back, creating urgency, following up. My service-based people that may be stylists, you should be calling to check in. You should be following up manually. You should be sending emails. If they don't check out, they should get an email. You didn't check out. What happened? Do you have questions? We literally go at the challenges of the small business owner within this opportunity phase. So we send an email. Do you have questions about our shipping, our turnaround time? Do you have questions about our support level? We are here to help you. We want to secure that sale. Do you need a small discount? Here's 10% off. Remember, we give that at the HFO level. It's the same 10%, right? So the opportunity is all about you building trust. That is the level you're building trust with your customer. My boutique owners, this is your chance to go for the kill. I know you may have found this product at a different boutique, but it ain't mine. It ain't my boutique. So you need to buy it here. Once you order, you'll get this order next day. Did you have questions about this product? Did you have questions about styling it? Did you need to talk to a specialist first before you purchase? This is the opportunity for you to win the customer over through simply your amazing support. Right? Don't be the brand that doesn't check their DMs until 10 days later. Don't be the brand that if I email, it takes more than a day for you to get back. My staff knows there's a 2-hour wait period on our emails. If any email takes longer than 2 hours, somebody's getting written up or terminated. It can't happen. We have customers that want to purchase product. They're buying this inventory for their birthdays, their wedding. How dare you take long to give that customer what they're asking for? We are Chick-fil-A, baby. We can't be doing that. Our customers know if we don't answer the phone, you have to call back. Well, my staff knows that. We have to call back. So if we miss your call, we have to call you back. My staff knows we have to answer the phone a certain way. When you call a regular exposure, we just had a full laborist manual training yesterday on phone conversations again. And we talked about it. When you call a regular exposure, call up a regular exposure. Call, okay? 866-561-5464. Call, okay? When you call, you're going to get an answer. Thank you for calling a regular exposure. My name is La. My name is Amari. My name is Shanae. My name is Melissa. I'm your virtual stylist for today. How may I assist you? Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? Tell me 3 words to describe your style. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm going to build the perfect outfit for you. We do have that piece in stock. We have a size small. These are the benefits of that size small. Is there anything else I can assist you with today? Well, it was a pleasure servicing you today. Thank you for being a valued customer at a regular exposure. I'm going to go ahead and ship that order out to you immediately after purchase. And we hope you enjoy your birthday, your special event, whatever it may be. Okay? Chick-fil-A. Opportunities is when you become Chick-fil-A. Y'all see those memes on Instagram where the Chick-fil-A representative is running down the street because they forgot to give you their barbecue sauce? That is what you're doing at this level. Chick-fil-A. Okay? And then you go into the customer level. That's when you get the customer. They check out. They give you that debit card. They purchase from your boutique. You pack it up and you ship. Now it's time for you to make that person a lifelong customer. They need to become a recurring customer. We don't want a one-time customer, right? We need to make them come back. They should be getting ads and hearing from you within 60 days of their purchase. Check in and ask them, how was their birthday? We have notes on you guys. I have notes to tell me when your birthdays are. I personally call our customers if we have their birthday and tell them, happy birthday. We have this stuff set out. You need to build an experience within this funnel or you will be just like every other Insta boutique. That's not what we're running here. We're running empires. So you guys better start running your brands now like they are $1 million entities or they will never be $1 million entities. 8 years ago, I was still answering the phone. Thank you for calling Regular Exposure. My name is Jessica. How may I assist you? Literally while sewing on my sewing machine. Oh, yes, it's a pleasure. Since I was 16 years old, the Regular Exposure has always had great customer service. We have never had an issue with great customer service, right? Integrity matters because here we are 14 years later. My brand would be shot if we didn't have great service, if we weren't building an empire, if we weren't building a memorable experience, right? So build that experience. What is your brand's legacy and mission? For me, I want to treat Black women like queens because we are not treated like queens when we go into these major retailers and stores. So I literally purposely train my staff to overdo it. We are too nice because we want to build an experience where you feel welcome when you walk in these doors. If you come in our showroom or if you shop online, that is what you guys need to focus on. Okay? Now, wholesale sourcing resources. First thing I want to do, because we've been talking about wholesale, I want to give my designers a game right here, free game. MakersValley.net is one of my business partners. They are amazing. They are a partner because I love their mission. I have obviously been a client of theirs as well. MakersValley.net is a website that is a manufacturing concierge. You will have a live agent walk your product through manufacturing. So if you have a shirt or a jacket you want produced that you may have found at a vendor, but you wish it came in different colors, different materials, different options, you're able to get that product manufactured. That's another downfall to wholesale. The products can go out of stock. You don't own them. Yes, you can change out the tags, you can do private label, but you don't own the product. You can customize it, but you may find that you want to get that product produced again once the vendor sells out and you want to get something similar. You can do that through manufacturing. So wholesalers, you're going to end up manufacturing product. Designers, you're going to end up purchasing wholesale sometimes. You may decide as a designer you want a white tee as a filler piece to go with the top selling pair of pants you just designed. You have to go to your wholesale district, right? So that's what you want to consider there. Now, with the manufacturing concierge, they manufacture anything. Footwear, kids wear, men's wear, plus it doesn't matter. They have factories in Italy to produce anything. And as a attendee of this actual class, you guys get 15% off. All of my clients get 30% off of the actual service. So makersvalley.net has a monthly subscription fee for them to be your manufacturing concierge. My clients get 30% off. You guys get 15%. But stick around. I'll tell you more. Now, I'm going to give y'all this one resource right now, and then we'll decode further. FashionGo.net is an amazing resource where you guys will find thousands of vendors. Remember I told you guys, I said I'm going to give you a vendor list. I lied. There's no vendor list. Why would I give, it's over 200 something people here? 250 people. Why would we all want to have the same plugs? You have to build your own list. I need you guys to understand Fashion Go is a wholesale marketplace. So is LA Showroom. LAshowroom.com, FashionGo.net. Both of them are great for online, okay? What you can do is create accounts with Fashion Go and LA Showroom, right? And what you guys can do is go in and search through each vendor one by one. There are thousands of vendors. The reason you can't find vendors is because you're not taking the time to search one by one. They're all there. But there are also downfalls to shopping online. A lot of wholesalers that are here in LA in these exclusive showrooms and that are at trade shows will sell out in the pre-order level, right? And it never makes it online. So some of the top pieces are in-store exclusives. So I have a benefit because we're in the district, so we can go down the street, see what's new, and purchase wholesale that way. So it's a little different. The prices for wholesale vary based off of who you're purchasing with, right? But I told you guys around $2,500 is a great place to get you started on wholesale. Trade shows. There are different trade shows for different types of brands. We don't all need to be at the same trade shows. So what I want to do is figure out what trade shows are best for you based off of what type of brand you have. If you're women's wear, we all know about Magic, but there are a lot of other exclusive trade shows that are more high-end. If you're looking to sell products that are a little bit more high-end. Okay, so if you want to sell products that are a little more exclusive, that are made by designers, there are other trade shows just for that exclusively. I'm going to a trade show next week here in LA. Also, there are exclusive showrooms in New York and LA. There are also some in Dallas now. But there are exclusive showrooms that have higher end brands that you can purchase wholesale from, which again, might be design houses like my showroom. And you guys can purchase and spend a little bit more on your pre-packs, but you're going to get a different experience, right? So there are exclusive showrooms as well, but it differentiates based on your brand. The best place to start is Fashion Go. There are thousands of vendors, Rehab, Salty, Hot and Delicious. They're all there waiting on you. They're all there. Fashion Go, it's free. Fashion Go is an amazing company. I had a meeting with them a couple weeks ago. It was amazing with their marketing team. I literally went to go vent and tell them that I want to see more women that look like us, and I want us to partner and develop that opportunity. So that's what we're basically doing. But Fashion Go, I actually was housed on Fashion Go, and I'll be back on Fashion Go very, very soon. So you guys will be able to shop my brand on FashionGo.net as well. Irregular Girl Wholesale. So you guys will see that really soon, and I'll send you guys an email once it's available. But Fashion Go is amazing. It gives small designers an opportunity to set up their own wholesale stores as well. So I was on Fashion Go when I was still sewing everything myself, and I couldn't keep up, and I didn't know what I was doing. So now we're at a place that we're ready to do that and become a distributor for you guys as well. So that is what we will be doing. All right, now this could go on, but we'll never get off of here. We already been on here for like an hour and 20. So I want to go ahead and wrap up. So now what I want to do, I want to get into the next steps. Okay? Now, remember, guys, I told you don't ask questions yet. I'll be able to answer your questions in a second. Does anybody here want to create multiple streams within this amazing fashion industry and develop a customized and effective sales plan with an expert like myself that has grossed over 7 figures in just 8 months this year alone? Does anybody want to create a business within fashion? And then after that one's created, create the next business in fashion and the next one. Does anybody here want to do that? Does anybody here want to properly and effectively target their ideal customer? Every business is different. Does anybody here want to target? Stick around, y'all. This is the part that you don't want to miss because you're going to be emailing us and you're going to miss the opportunity here. Okay? Now, does anybody here want to effectively market to their target audience beyond Instagram? Instagram been shutting down a lot this year, okay? But guess what? The ads didn't stop running. So it's very imperative you guys understand ad marketing to have your place on social. Also, you guys need to be understanding of how to profit beyond social. All right? You have to have analytics to do that. So does anybody want to learn that? Does anybody want to learn how to source vendors directly to their brand and how to be an effective buyer that's not buying the same stuff as every other brand? And if you do have competitors, you're styling differently. The secret to styling as a boutique owner is not just buying one-off pieces. We don't want Shopify's that say $60. That's not enough to pay your bill, right? You need to make sure that every sale comes in at an average of $129 spending. We need to bundle the inventory together, right? Full sets. So you guys are going to learn how to do that, okay? Do you guys want to even create your own wholesale stores like myself? Wholesale stores average about $700,000 a month in sales. Y'all see why I got a wholesale store now? Wholesale is very, 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 very profitable. Business to business sales and direct to consumer. That's all you need right there, baby. That's it. Okay? All right, now I would like to welcome everybody to the 90-day intensive accelerator program. So all of my clients that I keep talking to and yelling to them not to say anything just yet, they are in this program. I would like to welcome you all to the most amazing program in the world that I am so proud and so blessed by the grace of God to be able to tell you all is now being distributed within a major university, and our curriculum is being sold and taught, okay? Sold and taught, okay? And our courses are housed within a major university that the students are paying a $40,000 a year tuition. Y'all not gonna be paying that, so be blessed for that. All right, so we're really excited about that. Now, this curriculum is developed for anybody that wants to develop a fashion boutique or they want to manufacture their own brand. Does not matter what level you're on. If you've never sewn a day in your life, you're not going to learn how to sew. You're going to learn how to own the factory that sews, okay? Remember, this is a business coaching program that happens to be about fashion. We're not going to be in here talking about sequins and spandex all day. That's not profitable. That's not lucrative. If you want that, go to a design school and you will graduate and still be lost and you will not be profiting. Okay? That's not what we're doing. We need to understand how to profit and how to make money. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. Okay? So this is a business program that happens to be about fashion. You will learn every aspect, and I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to break it down. All right? So, the course is going to be broken down into 3 phases. I want you guys to take notes here so you can understand everything you're getting within your curriculum and so you're not confused. All right, so within the 90-day intensive accelerator, I want you all to know that once we get off this line, you're going to get an email from me with the links for you to register. I'm also going to put the link up for you guys to see it. So you guys can click it as I'm teaching it, as I'm walking you through it. All right? It's up for you right now. Okay? Now, let me break down the entire curriculum. It's 31 lessons. This curriculum used to be taught over a year's duration. I just told you guys a major university is teaching this curriculum over 2 semesters to their students. So that tells you how detailed it is. You will have lifetime access to this course. You can log in a year, 6 months, 9 months, 5 years. It doesn't matter. You can log in forever. It will never leave you. It will never go anywhere, okay? You're not going to learn everything in 90 days. Also, the program is not exactly at a 90-day limitation. Okay, we're going to be together for 3 full calendar months. 3 full calendar months. Okay, but within those 3 months, you will have full access to me as your guide Monday through Thursday. You will have access to your login for your forms where you guys can complete all your assignments, upload them. Anything you need, I am here only for you. Monday through Thursday, I am here guiding my clients at the Fashionpreneur Academy on my email, pulling up resources for them, hopping on calls with my clients. That's what I'm doing Monday through Thursday for my clients. So that's what you guys will be getting within those 90 days. After those 90 days, you still have lifetime access to the curriculum itself. Now, you have 31 lessons. Instead of trying to break down all 31 lessons, I'm going to break down the phases and then we'll go through some of the lessons, okay? Now, the program is a lot of work. You will have homework. I'm going to question you on your homework. Fanny will tell you. We've been talking back and forth. I've been emailing her every other day asking, what's up, where's the homework? I will harass you for this homework, all right? It's all to make your brain better, okay? So you're going to have a lot of homework. I go through the homework. You can't finesse me on the homework and just give me bull crap, all right? I'm going to go over it, and I'm going to make sure it's to the best level possible. Fanny's like, yes. I've been harassing Fanny like every other week, like, what you doing? Where you at? I need this homework. So I want you guys to understand this is not an easy program, all right? But if you do the work, you will get the results. Now, the first phase is the fashion business setup. So the legal, from the LLC to the trademark to your licensing to your permits, we're going to cover all that. We're going to cover accounting, okay? So you guys will understand accounting. You guys will understand law, okay? You will have everything you need for the legal part. This is the not so fun phase. I'm going to be honest. There's nothing fun about this because it's all legal, okay? Then we're going to get into manufacturing and wholesale in phase 2. You will understand how to manufacture your own product. You will have access to our factories. You will have every factory I ever worked with at your fingertips. You will learn how to build your own vendor list in full in its entirety. You will have access to the trade shows I didn't share or disclose today. You will have access to the higher end showrooms. Everything you need. The game is right there, okay? Phase 3 is all about making money, okay? Selling and marketing. You all will learn how to market, how to run ads effectively to your target customer. In phase 1, you will learn how to identify your customer. So Grace and Fanny will tell you their first assignment is identifying their target customer. You have to find that customer, okay? And I'm going to break down to you how to find it. You will know that person, and once you know that man or woman or child, whatever it may be, once you know it, guess what? We're going to market only to that person. So I'm going to teach you guys how to run ads for $5 a day and make over $20K with those ads, all right? Then we're going to learn the funnels, what you need to have on your website, what needs to be removed, what privacy policies have to be on your website by law, or you can get shut down, all right? We're going to learn every single level of everything you should be doing every single day in your business to see results. So there are a lot of times where people just think they're going to see success without doing the work. You're going to have a schedule of everything you should be doing every single day to see the result that you are asking for, okay? So you're going to have a lot of work. You're going to be required to leave the house and network and build, be your own public relations specialist. You're going to learn all that, okay? So that is what you will get within this program. So now let's talk about the actual curriculum that we're going to cover. So when you first log into your class, guys, you're going to see orientation, all right? This will tell you what to expect, how we'll communicate, everything you need to know about the class, all right? Now, once you register, you will not get full access to the curriculum until you sign your client agreement. It's just protecting you and protecting us, saying, hey, I actually did register for this class. It was legit. It was me. That's it, all right? And that's what that's going to do, and then you get full access immediately, okay? We send you the agreement in seconds during business hours, of course. You register, you get full access. Done, all right? Everything is an orientation. Your discount codes for Makers Valley, the Fashionpreneur Retreat that's coming up in March. You guys get 20% off of that. You guys get discounted access to a lot of different things. So all of it's within your login. Your private client email. I have a separate email that I'm devoted to only for my clients all day until 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I write them back every single day. All right? So you guys will have access to that. Then on top of that, you're going to start with the Fashionpreneur Essentials. Remember we talked about the legal business setup, trade name. We're going to get into the brand story. So that's where you're going to understand your target market and identify them and speak only to them. And you'll have to do a little bit of a report to build your target customers avatar, and I'll be able to go over it with you. Then we'll get into Marketing Master, where you'll learn over 20 ways and systems to market beyond social. All right, we'll get into vendors and wholesale buying, content development, pricing. If you're looking to design and learn how to sketch, you're going to learn how to sketch in the Ultimate Digital Masterclass, how to create your own content. So the class does not stop. All right. Then you're going to get Manufacturing 101. Within some of the classes as well. So you will learn how to manufacture with one of my business partners, Tashaya. She's amazing. She's manufactured for Joe's Jeans, Disney, so many different companies. So you guys will hear from her as well on the entire sequence of manufacturing and the budget. All right. Then you guys get 20% off of the fashion retreat. So the LA Fashion Retreat is now called the Fashionpreneur Retreat. All right. And you guys will get discounted access. It's coming up in March. Right now we have tickets left, so you guys are welcome to register, but you get 20% off as a client of ours. You also are going to get some scholarships and awards when you come. So we are going to have a jam-packed 3-day experience. Day one, we have garment district tours within the wholesale district with my good friend Shay of LYS Boutique, who is a wholesale maven. You guys will also have a manufacturing class and tour within my factory with me. You guys will have Fashionpreneur Shark Tank. We're giving away over $10,000 this year. Well, next year. You guys will also have classes and workshops from ad marketing to accounting with my actual accountant. Every teacher is somebody I have worked with. I've been a client of myself, and you guys have met within this program. All right, so it's amazing. And then we're also going to have the Fashionpreneur Awards Gala, where you all will get awards if you come. Any of my clients that come, we have surprises for you, nonstop. So you want to be there, you get 20% off of that as well. And 2020 is going to be crazy. We have Kelsey Ashley coming back, which is a good friend of mine, an amazing stylist. I mean, it just doesn't stop. We have a lineup. I don't want to scare y'all. Does anybody know Jamaica Sasha on Instagram? Good friend of mine. She will be there. She's never done a speaking engagement ever. She's one of the best buyers I know. No, she's going to be doing a workshop on buying wholesale. Okay? Like, I can't. I'm so excited about 2020. 2019 was a game changer. Go to the fashionpreneuracademy.com and click on the Fashionpreneur Retreat so that you guys can see the whole breakdown and you can see all the videos from 2019. But 2020, anybody heard of Style 180? Pia, the founder of Style 180, she's going to be there. Abu, the ad teacher within this program that teaches you guys ads, will be there. It's just nonstop. Nonstop. Now, if you guys want to advance and do a private option to this program, you're welcome to do so. We have a private option as well where it's just me and you, and I'll tell you guys about it. Basically, you're going to get the whole the whole 3-month program with everything I just mentioned, plus private access to me. Also, on top of that, you're also going to get 45-minute accountability sessions for 2 months, and then the first month we have a 90-minute detailed strategy session. All right, so this is my client, Nicole. She's somebody that started just like you, but she did the private option. I took her with me to China. The private option just hits different. So she's actually somebody that we developed and fully manufactured for. She's based in New York, and she's a fashionpreneur, honey. So congrats to her. I'm super excited about that. All right, now, like I said, you can do the private option. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but every last Thursday of the month, we have live class. Every last Thursday, you need to be in class. If you can't make it, I'll send you the replay. But every last Thursday of the month, you have class. So we have Q&A, and then I teach a master class based off of your needs. So right now, we're focusing on accounting because I noticed that my clients are spending money, but I want them to understand how they can not spend their own money and they can use credit or investing. So we're going to be talking about accounting and how to save money and how feasible this stuff is. So we have nonstop master classes. I base them around your needs. So we have Q&As. Like I said, they're recorded. If you can't join us, you have direct access to me in the student Blackboard. You have our manufacturing contacts, communication templates. I also added contract templates, non-disclosures, non-compete, stylist agreements. Everything's there for you legally and lawfully, created by my lawyer. You're also going to have access to our Facebook community. All of our fashionpreneurs are together within our amazing community. So you guys are joining that as well. You're also going to have spreadsheets. It's nonstop. But you're going to get 20% off the LA Retreat, discounted hotel access, 30% off Makers Valley. And you also will get an invite to a private VIP weekend that happens every summer. But only my alumni are ever invited. Next year, we're going to be doing that retreat in Mexico. So, surprise to all my clients. We're going to Mexico 2020. So, just know you also get access to these amazing retreats where the community will come together and relax but build our fashion businesses. So, I wanted to do those internationally now so we can get out of LA and out of these cities. So, we're going to take a little bit of a business vacation, and you'll get access to that. It's no cost for those. No cost whatsoever. All right? No cost whatsoever. All right, so I want you guys to hear from some of our clients. So I want you guys to meet Jessica Black. Jessica Black started this program wanting to become a stylist. I saw some amazing characteristics in her, and she was able to now listen to me because she was fighting me, and she started a fashion concierge. She does all the stuff you hate: shipping, customer support, service. She's the Chick-fil-A. She also operates my agency. I'm a client of my own client. She started this job working at Delta as a full-time flight attendant. Guess what? She quit her job at Delta. She is a full-time fashionpreneur, and she's already profited more in the past 4 months than she did at Delta for the whole year. So congrats to Jess. The name of her company is Style Support. You guys know the amazing Nicole now. Nicole did not take the 90-day intensive. She took a home study course, okay? So she took my home study course on how to sketch like a pro. So we do have that home study course. If anybody can't do the 90-day, you will get access to that. You all know that Nicole is an amazing designer, an amazing guru, an amazing influence to our community. So you guys will have access to that course inside this program. Also, this client here with the wedding gowns and the amazing silver gown, this is my client Brittany, another amazing fashionpreneur, came to me as a DC native wanting help with how to develop her line. She had a line that was too low cost. She was lowballing herself. I made her focus on her strengths. She now has a high-end bridal wear line and is a full-time fashionpreneur. She only makes 4 dresses a month to produce 4K. Literally. Amazing. So she only works a few days a week. Meet Kelsey. Kelsey is the owner of an Atlanta-based boutique called St. Bella. She came to me with the 9 to 5, looking to develop in wholesale. I was able to assist her. She is fully profiting and scaling as we speak and has secured full brand partnerships. Partnerships, okay? Thank you. Then we have 2 twin sisters, Sahaysha and Sahasha, but Sahaysha had to leave the retreat last year, which is why her sister's here holding her award. These amazing clients left their job in 18 days after starting this program. Drops mic. Okay. Then we got the amazing Dom sitting here in her slippers. She was working full-time at a job. She is an amazing designer, wholesale buyer, as well as she has a service-based stream of revenue and fashion, all from this program. Dom is a full-time fashionpreneur. She's almost 1 year full-time into her business. So congrats to Dominique Danielle. Okay. So I'm not going to beat my own horn, but you know. So these are our amazing clients, y'all. So you all can join the 90-day intensive for 50% off until Friday at midnight Pacific Standard Time. You guys have the link. I'm also going to email you the link within an hour after we complete class today. You guys can register directly through the link, okay? I don't have time for excuses. I don't have time for you to finesse. I don't have time for games, okay? I need you all to be serious and ready to work when you join this program because I'm serious about what I do and I'm ready to work. I would never want you to invest in something and not get your results in overflow. So it's my opportunity and my responsibility to make sure that happens for you. So if you're coming into this program playing, you're about to make a bunch of excuses. And I'm telling y'all what I hear all the time. You know, life hits every day, baby. It's no excuse. I just told you guys my whole story, my upbringing, the things and the opportunities that I had to just come through, the sacrifices I had to make. There is no excuse for you not to be putting in full-time energy into this. When you were in school, you were giving it full-time. So don't come to this expecting anything less. I need full-time energy and commitment from you. I need investment from your time, all right? It's going to be so worth it. It's going to be so worth it. So there are 3 levels you can take the program at. You guys can do the course privately where you get everything I just discussed. Plus, we also have private accountability sessions every single month. Okay, we have a strategic planning session first where we build out your quarterly plan of action, and then we have 45-minute accountability sessions. Okay, you guys can do that for $49.97. Save 50%. You guys can also do our most recommended program. If you can't do private right now, I totally get it. You guys can definitely do the other option, which is just pay one installment of $19.98 and take the full program as is. We also have payment plan options available. So you can do the program with 3 monthly payments, all right, of $749. It will automatically debit. Like I said, you'll be signing an agreement, so don't commit to something you cannot do. You're paying a premium as well. If you do a payment plan, you're paying $249 more than everybody else. So consider that. You also can do a payment plan with the private option by putting $2,500 down, and we can schedule the next 2 payments. So you guys have options. When you click the link, you will see every option. I really recommend that you guys start with the $19.98 because you still get a lot of access to me. And if you need private later, we can do it. Now, if you have a more a la carte brand that needs a little more customization, then you might want to do the private. So if you are an accessories line like Grace, I really encourage Grace to do the private programs because she's in my private coaching. So just understand that. All right. So you guys can do any of these 3 levels. Now, I know it's an investment, but y'all pay for everything else. So I don't even start with the excuses. You all can make it work. There are payment plans available for you to make it work. There is an investment that's going to give you overflow. My first business coach cost $7,000. The coach that taught me everything I know about manufacturing costs $10K, right? It doesn't stop. So there is no excuse as to why you can't get here, okay? No excuse. Now, if you simply just don't have, you still have options. If you cannot commit, you can start with just taking a couple classes out of this curriculum, okay, within my home study courses. All right, so we have home study courses. They're 15% off. Screenshot this. Boom. There goes your answer. So for anybody that feels like I can't commit to the full-fledged program right now, I don't have the time, I don't have the finances to do it in 48 hours, well, guess what? Start with the home studies. We can come back to the program later. The home studies are so valuable. You can register for one course or the full bundle. I have a marketing and selling course that will teach you effectively how to market. You will not learn how to do full-fledged ads, but you will learn how to create the ad within that class, okay? Understanding ads is reserved for my private clients within the 90-day intensive curriculum. Well, all clients within the 90-day intensive curriculum. Then you have my Launch My Fashion Business course. So if you are looking for the bare key essentials just to get started, this is the class for you, okay? And if you're looking to learn how to manufacture and sketch like a pro, as well as get access to a few wholesalers, you can start with the Manufacturing and Sketch Like a Pro home study course. So guys, check out tfahomestudy.com. You can enter the code and you will get 15% off, or you can do the whole bundle and you actually get $124 off if you do all 3 classes. So I have an option for you. You can either do the full-fledged program, the program that has gotten these clients their results, or you can start here and just take the starter levels, all right, of the home studies. Each of these courses in the home study courses, guys, have multiple classes inside of them. So it's not just one class. You're getting like 4 to 7, sometimes 8 classes within these curriculums. So you can gladly start with the home study. That's fine, all right? I want you to do what works for your budget. I want you to do what works for what you want in return, okay? So understand it. So just to recap, you guys, your next step is to register for the 90-day accelerator or check out our home studies, all right? Once you register for the 90-day, check your email because remember, we're gonna send you over an agreement and you'll get full access to the curriculum. No replay is available, unfortunately. And once you're registered, again, check your email for all the information. We're gonna communicate via email, all right? So what questions do you guys have in regards to the curriculum? And next steps, go ahead and write those out. Remember, I was telling you, save your questions because I can't read them while we're teaching. So go ahead and write them out. Write them out. What questions you guys got for me? I'm going to try to answer a few of them. What questions? I'm excited to have you guys. Let's go. I had to talk to a client yesterday. She was telling me, I talked to her in 2017. We had a call. I talked to her again yesterday, and she was like, oh, I'm going to wait till January. And I said, you know, the last time we talked was January 3 years ago. Do you know what I've accomplished in 3 years? Do you know what my clients have accomplished? I have clients that have already produced over 6 figures since you last bluffed. So this is not the time for bluffing. If you're not serious about it, then that's okay. Just don't move forward. I want to work with serious-minded, fashion-based business owners that want to develop It does not matter if you're just starting out, if you're in the idea phase, if you're confused about if you should do a boutique or wholesale, we're going to cover that. All right. I just need to work with serious minded people because it's a serious program. All right. Does any of these courses include website design? Great question, Tierra. Yes, you will learn how to develop your own website and what to put in it. You will also have a replay where I teach you how to develop your website on Shopify and what applications you need to add into your site. Yeah, great question. You can enroll in the 90-day intensive at any time, but just keep in mind that the rate will not be the same. So you'll be paying more if you're not moving forward in the next 48 hours. Colette, email us. I think you might have registered for the old 90-day and you may need to get the new one. So if you registered, I think you registered a little while back. So if you registered before March, you got the old program. So if you want to get the new program, this is a completely different curriculum. I'm in college right now. Hey, college girl. But you want to build your boutique. Awesome. Absolutely, you should take this at the same time. You're already in your student mindset. It all depends on you and what your time can allocate for. All right, so just understand that this program does require time, but you have lifetime access. So if you don't get everything done on day 90, that's fine. You might need 6 months to get this done. There are students that take 9 months to get this all done. I have, y'all, Grace. Where's Grace? Grace, are you on here? Grace is a mom to 3 children, and 2 of them are twins that are under a year old. And she works, and she's a wife. There's no excuse. Okay? You can get it done. You can get it done. You can get it done. Okay, Colette, so yes, you need the new program. Yeah, I remember it was a while back. If you pay for one course, you actually get a discount. Hey, April, I called you earlier. So you actually get a discount. Let me mention this. Thank you, April. If guys, if you have registered for the home study courses, if you ever completed a home study course with us, you do still register using the links at hand, but you're going to see that you will have within your orientation an option for us to have a free private accountability session. So that session, that private accountability session is $1,000. It is free for you because you already took a home study course. So that is the discounted incentive you get. If you took a home study and you want to upgrade and take the full curriculum, register, you will see an orientation, information and directions for you to have a free private accountability session with me. So that's another thing, guys. If you start with the home study and you decide later on, oh, I want to do the full 90-day, no matter how much later on it is, you will have a free accountability session with me, which is very invaluable. Very, very, very much so. Mom, college student, and you work. You better go ahead, Leona. You're amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Small boutique owner. What should I do with old merchandise that I have purchased from vendors but hasn't moved in my boutique? We got to figure out why it hasn't moved, Ebony. We need to restyle it. We need to look at the product. You need to start this program so we can figure out what we can do to make it different and join our next Q&A. I have to analyze your inventory and see what's not working. It might have been bad buys. It might have been good buys that styled wrong. We got to figure out your brand. Do you recommend online boutique or brick and mortars? I love having both, but online is where it's at. It depends what works for you, right? Shay, my good friend Shay that owns LYS Boutique in Philly, she has a brick and mortar. Her brick and mortar literally overpowers her online, right? Her e-commerce. So it depends. It depends on your brand. But we will cover the pros and cons to both within the full 90-day intensive, guys. The accountability session is a private 45-minute session virtually with just me and you, where we're going to go over your business. I'll be able to audit if your business is already developed. If you have not developed it, then we'll create a quarterly plan of action. So that's a private session. I don't offer private sessions as one-offs without you being in the full program. So this is something that's exclusive only if you've completed a home study, or you have to do the full private coaching option for $49.97 to do that. So that's something that is really only reserved for people that did the home studies. If you want to do one accountability session, if not, you have to do the full program at $49.97 to get that opportunity. So just a little benefit for those people that, made that investment for what they could do right now, but couldn't do the full program. Will the marketing course teach me how to create social media content for only ads? No. So the marketing course is going to teach you over 20 general ways to market beyond social. It is a very great starter course, but you're not going to get the amount of ad content and information that you're going to get without doing a 90-day. It will also teach you networking. It will teach you how to create content. It will teach you how to advertise, but it won't teach you the overall of ad marketing until you do the full course. So I want to make sure that's clear, guys, because I don't want you to feel misled or feel like you invested in something and then you still don't know how to do ads. The only way to do that is the full 90 days, because I have to teach you that live. Dropship, no. Dropship is not something that's smart for you to do. I don't encourage it. Some people like to do it, but personally, for my clients, none of my clients do dropship right now. It's too much of a liability to being the Chick-fil-A of your brand. So don't do dropship. Will there be any accounting tips and templates for the Build My Business course? So you will learn a little bit of accounting. You won't have a template for the accounting, but you will learn accounting. Again, you'll see everything thrive even further within the 90 days. I'm going to take like 2 more questions, guys, before we wrap up. Sole proprietorship or LLC? Let's talk about that in the program, because I have to figure out what you're offering and what state you live in, because it could be different. I'm always going to be an advocate of LLC, but sole proprietorship is how I started. But I'm always going to be an advocate of LLC for legal purposes, but it could be different depending on what you're selling. Nope, you have to join the course to do the strategic. So guys, just to kind of recap again, the 90-day intensive, just so you guys know, that is the full-fledged coaching program, 3 months together. You have lifetime access. We have 3 monthly Q&As every single month and the last Thursday of the month, okay? It's an awesome program. It covers every level of you developing. We do have a payment plan option available. As you guys see, it says payment plan. Email us for the payment plan if you want to do the private, or you can go ahead and register for the monthly payment plan option for 3 payments of just $749. It is automatically debited. Also, the most recommended level is to do 1 payment of $19.98. You get the full course at once. Again, so just keep that in mind. If you want the private access, the only way to get private access within the program is to do the private option for $49.97, $4,997. All right, this program used to be $17,000. It used to be $17,000. You guys can ask Dara. You guys can ask the clients I just showed you. This program was $17,000. So you guys are getting the discount of a lifetime. Okay. I told you guys within universities they're paying $40,000. All right. So that is the only way to do that. Now we also have the home study option available. If you guys want to take advantage of our home study courses, when you go to the website, you can click on them and you can see all the descriptions of what's included in each program. All right. Well, I'm sorry, each course rather. So you guys are definitely able to do that. If you take advantage of a home study and you decide to move forward into a 90-day at a later date, you will be able to have a private accountability session with me as a benefit only to those people that did the home study. My people on the 9th day, you already get private access to me Monday through Thursday nonstop. I also will be able to schedule calls with you as needed and so forth. So I'm here to guide you no matter what. Okay? Well, I have to switch to Shopify. Absolutely not. You can use whatever platform you want. Just know that if you're not on Shopify, you're missing money. You don't have to switch, not at all. You don't have to switch. You can use the platform that you want to use, but you probably should switch if you're not on Shopify. You're an e-commerce store. You're missing money. Shopify has certain applications built in, and they partner with certain applications to give you more benefit. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you for thanking me for my time. Thank you for even being a part of this class. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you guys for getting this information. In an hour, you guys are going to get an email with all of the breakdowns, the links to the classes again. It'll have the link to the home study if you decide to go that option. Of course, I am recommending, if you want the best result, to do the 90-day intensive. If you can't do it just yet, then of course you have the home study option. All right, guys, so I'm so excited to continue to work with you. Thank you for investing your time and energy into me. Thank you for being a part of my blessings and my goals. This is a dream of mine, and this is a blessing for me to be able to sit here and guide women that look like me, that sound like me, that talk like me. I'm blessed to be able to create a table and a community for us. So you don't know how much you're blessing me right now, and you're blessing people around me by even being here and investing into me. So I don't take that lightly. I graciously and humbly thank you for taking that time to even consider me as your guide. So thank you. All right, y'all, and I look forward to working with you all in the very near future. I look forward to connecting with you all. You have 48 hours. Remember, no bluffing. Let's get to work. No bluffing. My clients will tell you this is not a bluffing program. It's time to get to work. So if you have anything holding you up, if you have people to ask, make sure it's qualified people before you ask for opinions. I remember one of my friends, when I first hired my business coach, I asked them, should I move forward? And he was like, you don't need to get an expert. You know everything on your own. Whatever. Then I asked one of my closest friends, and he told me, well, go ahead and don't pay for it and be exactly where you are a year from today. And it was actually James, my supervisor at my 9 to 5. And I was like, James, I want to move forward in this program. And he was like, I said, you know what? I'm not going to do it. It costs too much. And he said, okay, well, you'll be here with me next year. And it took for him to say that to me, for me to wake up and realize, like, I don't want to be here with you next year. So James calls me now for business advice. We were on the phone this morning while I was jogging, and he's over here asking me to review analytics. So you'd be surprised, how many people are qualified. So definitely evaluate your uppers in your life and your downers before you share your business. A lot of people will come and take that business from under your nose. So make sure you're sharing with the right people. Make sure you pray over it. Remember that nothing in this season is a coincidence. It's only confirmation. So make sure that you take your time to pray over it. And make sure you're serious about it. I don't want free money. I don't want you to join this program if you're not willing to work. So I want to make sure you're invested in me as I am invested into you. So I thank you all for your time tonight. I will see you all soon, hopefully within the program. But that's a wrap. So I will talk to you all very, very, very soon. Have a good rest of your evening. Get some sleep. Oh, it's almost 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Okay. Bye. All right, have a good night, y'all. I'll talk to you soon, and I'll see you in class. Check your email. Talk to you soon. Bye.